This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog for the 15th of August, 2021. Welcome to the show. Today is Sunday, and we had a really crazy busy day today. So if you've been watching the show, you know that the big restaurant down the street is closed and that this is a holiday weekend and that Sundays are our busiest day in general down here on the beach. So today, because they were closed and because it was a holiday, we were slammed from first thing this morning until late tonight. It was as busy could be. We were standing room only for the entire day. So the hotel was sold out, plus the restaurant was completely at capacity the entire day. We basically had our entire staff in, everyone we could possibly fit into the hotel to working the entire day. It was crazy, but it was very cool seeing the entire restaurant so busy, like really seeing how much we could do. And what's really cool is we got incredibly good feedback from a lot of people who said they would never have thought of coming to our place. They always went to their standard place. That's just where you go down on the beach. People, there's so much advertising around it. It's so big and well known that tons of people come, and it's just where you go. You don't really think about it. You don't go to the beach, they're going there, right? And because they had to come to our place, because we were one of the only places that was open and really doing things, they said, wow, you know, the food was great, the atmosphere was great, and they really are glad that they found it because they want to come back. Hopefully that's true, but that's really awesome that we had an opportunity so early in running the restaurant that so many of our regular non-customers actually came and got to experience the hotel. So that made for a really awesome day, but it was exhausting for sure. All of us pretty much had to hide all day. Now we started the day down in the restaurant, as we do. We actually started down on the beach because a drunk girl wandered in and took our normal table, which is a lesser table, like not one that people would really want all that much. By the way, all the horses are out here hanging out today. I don't know why they're all on the road, but they are. So we started the day out on the beach, but once they got our table clear, how you doing? Everybody say hi to Lido, who is going by. You will remember him from the episode where we did the estuary tour. So we started out on the beach. We moved to our table once we could so that we could open up the beachfront for real guests. And while we were there, Saeed came by and he's like, I feel like drinking this morning. We're like, okay. So we ended up from about 9 to 12 doing Bloody Marys and micheladas and mojitos and shots. And so it was a wild morning out on the beach. And then he took off and I went to work then at about noon and hid in the office all day because it's really important to stay out of the way and to keep the dogs out of the way and just everybody out of the way because the hotel was packed by that point. So once people started coming in for lunch, there was just no space at all. So that was kind of the day. By late in the evening, we decided, as we often do when it's like this, we're gonna go over to Puesta del Sol and get pizza for the crew for night. Right as we decided to do that, the storm rolled in and we went from a beautiful clear day, which was perfect for most of the day, to absolute torrential rain. The heaviest rain we've seen yet this year. And so this is really unfortunate that it happened while everybody was there. So we were a packed house. Any night this week, the weather would have been fine, or at least pretty decent. But this was outrageously heavy rain that went on for a really long time, and way beyond the capacity of anything in our hotel to withstand. So all of our, and the wind was so much that the entire upper deck was having blowing rain come through it, and the restaurant was wet all the way through. I mean, it was blowing like into the kitchen. There was so much rain and wind. So there was no way to keep anybody dry. The floors are wet. It was bad. So everybody who was still there, which was a lot of people, pulled back as much as they could. And certainly one of the first things we're doing once we have full control of the hotel is we're putting up a brand new continuous roof in the front. Right now it's 2 roofs and one of them pours inside the other. So it's really kind of useless. You can be in the middle of the restaurant and the rain just pours on you as if there's no gutter, because there isn't. So that's a mess. We're gonna get that fixed. The one thing we haven't figured out yet is whether or not we're gonna put a second floor on there, which adds a lot of complication, but allows us to essentially double the restaurant, which is obviously a really big deal. So So that is something that's gonna happen, but for now, everyone had to pull back into the hotel and is huddling in there, hoping that the rain would go away, but of course it did not. This was a crazy storm, and of course the dogs were going nuts, and they had already had a rough day because there was fireworks last night, there was fireworks on our walk this morning, there have been a few fireworks in the afternoon, and then this crazy storm, and all rainstorms here are big thunderstorms. So there was big time thunder going on. I have some friends coming to join me here. I'm gonna turn around and let you see this family that has come to join me. I hope you guys can see them. So this huge storm is going on, and the dogs are terrified, so we're all locked in, and the rain just kept coming and coming, so the street filled up with water, as it does, and we ended up with water at level with the hotel, and because of our new plumbing and everything that went in, things started flowing the wrong direction. It was not all ready to go. We ended up with a huge disaster with that. The whole thing turned into a really, really rough night. And of course, as soon as things got really bad, the power went out. So we ended up in complete darkness for a while, and eventually the storm moved away enough that we felt confident turning the generator on, because we did have the problem, you know, if we get a lightning strike, we do have an awful lot of fuel in the hotel, so we worry about that. And the a lot of people walking by here, suddenly it's popular, with the pigs. They came with the pigs, apparently. So eventually we got the power back on with the generator. Josue and I went out. It was ankle deep sludge in the streets to go get the pizza and dinner for everybody from Puesta, who, you know, everyone's either on generator or just running off of gas or whatever. So it was quite the interesting evening. The power did come back on during the night, so we were able to turn the air conditioning back on before we really went to bed, which was nice. And yeah, so it was a very successful day, but it was also a very, very crazy day with a lot of things going wrong. And a lot of what went wrong for us this evening is we didn't have a chance to get the new roof on yet, so the water was pouring straight into our new plumbing systems and not going onto the street like it's supposed to. Of course, tomorrow they're gonna be working like crazy to get that roof on, and at the pace they're going, I'm sure it will be, but we didn't have it for today, and the rain just came one day too soon for us, and we were so full. So, great day, but also a rough one. That was our Sunday. I'll see everybody tomorrow.